Laurie Anderson was born in 1947 in a suburb of Chicago. She began to practice the violin at the age of 5 as all the kids in her family were forced to learn a musical instrument. Anderson's early years were split equally between music and art. Many of Anderson's early works seem to be influenced by her life in New York City. Starting out as an artist, her most notable performance, Duets on Ice, involved her playing the violin along while wearing ice skates with the blades frozen into a block of ice. The performance ended only when the ice had melted away. Anderson creates art that makes her laugh. I probably trust laughter more than anything that goes through my mind. If I really am laughing, I'm thinking, there's something here. The violin seems to be a big part of Anderson's life ever since she was a kid, as she invented the tape bow violin in 1977. Anderson believes that the most exciting art are pieces that redefine it, where people have to ask, is that art? This can be seen in her single, Oh Superman, which was released in 1981 that made her an unlikely pop star. This electronic song used voice filters with spoken words and has minimal background accompaniments. The music was novel for its time, although it did not appeal to all listeners.
After her song was released, Anderson performed an equally sensual show to match. Though not very long, the performance was extremely pleasing to the eye and made viewers think outside of the box. Eventually, in 1989, an album labeled Strange Angels was released, with the help of Warner Brothers Records. In 1991, she became very busy after she began performing her next show, Voices from the Beyond, all over the United States. This was also one of her most popular performances because she had the privilege of doing so at the Museum of Modern Art. In 1994, Anderson created a performance retrospective that premiered in Seville. Instantly after, she then published her book, Stories from the Nerve Bible, a retrospective 1972 through 1992. In 1996, Laurie was presented with the Marlene Award from Munich, Germany.
In the earlier part of the decade from 2000 to 2009, Laurie Anderson released many works of art in this time period. In 2001, she worked on and composed a piece called Life on a String. She used this to bring in her personal life and included the song to remember her father who passed away in 2001. During this time period, Laurie spent a lot of her time in New York putting on performances and things like that. One of her most memorable expeditions Laurie did during this time was called The Water Reglitterized. This showed how Laurie redesigned some of the things she's been working on in her dreams while being awake and trying to find things to investigate her thoughts. When Laurie finally finished this piece, she had included all sorts of multimedia and sources, and her multimedia was very high quality with lots of videos, drawings, and printings. Later on in this decade, Laurie decided to go towards the music and conduct film called Rick Burns, Andy Warhol, a documentary film. This show came on in September of 2006 and was named a finalist for the residency in Rome at the American Academy in Rome. Laurie was very successful during this year. After these exciting events happened in Laurie's life, she married her partner in 2008. Laurie adored her partner Lou, and they got married and started to play music together. They traveled together with each other and basically were each other's soulmates.
Anderson's recent artistic expression has been marked by the fact that she is now at an older age and is reflecting on her life. Her artistic works in the 2010s are, for the larger part, commissions and performances. However, she has also been working on various new works that deal with modern technology. These more technology-based creations have to do with her fascination of outer space, technology, and the modern world. Recently, Anderson created a VR installation titled The Moon, From Inner Worlds to Outer Space, as NASA's first artist in residence. She says, every artist since the beginning of time has wanted you to come into that world. VR offers you that in a way that is unique. Additionally, her longtime partner Lou Reed passed away in 2013. In talking about Lou's death, Anderson thinks that life, so beautiful, painful, and dazzling, does not get better than that. And death, I believe that the purpose of death is the release of love. Lou's death seemed to create a new stance that Anderson had on life. Particularly at the end of your life, she insists. There's always this idea of goodness. You never feel like you deserve it, and the fact is you do. We're here to have a good time, not to suffer. No, to be here for total joy bliss. Anderson's development as an artist has been an agglomeration of her own experiences and interests. Her creative mindset is one that isn't necessarily unique, but revered among the artistic community, and her works have left a legacy for many years to come.